on, let me tell you, it did not go good.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and in today's video, if you can't tell by the title, we're going to be playing with a new Makeup Obsession palette. Yes, we have the new Honey Lust palette. How cute is this? It's so pretty, it's so big. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and test this out today. So let's go ahead and get straight on into it. Okay, so like I said, Makeup Obsession released a new palette. They've recently relaunched a lot of like new holiday collections, so like little sets, like brow sets, little eyeshadow palette sets, lip gloss sets, that kind of thing. But they have released this palette by itself. A lot of their palettes that they have launched, they've come in like, you know, like sets. There's like a couple of palettes, a couple of like lip glosses, highlighters, that kind of thing. But this one they did launch separately. They've also launched two other eyeshadow palettes. I'll put like a little photo on the screen here. They do look really cute, but they look quite basic. So if you are into like your soft, natural kind of looks, you will like them palettes. I think they're like £6 as well, so they're an absolute bargain. But yeah, they launched this palette and I just had to pick it up because it's huge. When I first saw this, this was like the biggest palette that I think I'd seen from them, other than the Illuminati palette. I did see this one first on their website, but they didn't launch it until I think after the Illuminati palette, I think. But I saw this one first and I was like, oh my god, this is the biggest palette they ever done. Other than the Illuminati one, of course. So yes, this is what she looks like. Well, this is what the packaging looks like. How cute is this? So it's got like this really nice, like, it looks like a cushion, like a fluffy cushion, which is so cute. And then it's got like this bold turquoise kind of like a writing on it. It says Honey Lust. So pretty. On the back it just has some information. So it has the information of the shadows. There are a few pressed pigments in here, so that'll be interesting to see how they work. Shadows, pressed pigments, I can work with both. I do love my pressed pigments. I know that sometimes they do, Makeup Obsession do them in other palettes. Let's go ahead and open the palette, have a little look at her. By the way guys, the packaging, the outer packaging is basically the same as the actual packaging of the palette, so you guys know I don't keep my packaging. So obviously there's a lot of shadows in here. There's a lot of shadows in here. And she comes with a big mirror as well. So this is what she looks like. There are 35 shades in here. That's a lot of shades. That's a lot of shades. And as you can see, a lot of them are quite neutral. I do love how you have these like pops of colour in here. Like you have a yellow down here. That's really cute. Then you have some purples. You have this bright orange. You have this like reddy tone shade here. This has got some greeny kind of shades here, like greeny shimmer shades. You have the black with like some glitter in it, which is so cute. I'm going to swatch a couple of the shades. I'm not going to swatch the whole palette as there are 35 shades. Pretty much I only swatch palettes if there's only like, I don't know, 15 to 20 shades in there. I won't really swatch anything more than that because there's quite a few. So I'll swatch a couple of the shades and we'll see what we think. Okay, so these are some of the shades swatched. They look really pretty. They really do. Yeah. Some of them, like the top shade and the bottom shade, they're like the foiled shades that we looked at. They are quite chunky, to be honest with you, but yeah, still really nice. The matte seem to swatch nice. Obviously I can't speak for the whole palette, but yeah. Also these shades don't have names, which is fine. I'm not expecting it for a £12 palette, you know, I'm not expecting it. I'm quite surprised that it's £12 guys, because they're normal palettes that are like, say this size, they're quite small. I know this is a higher palette, but yeah, it's like this size. These are like £10. And this is like £12 and there's 35 shades. So I'm intrigued to know if the formula is going to be the same as that other palettes. As you know, I love their other palettes. I'm obsessed with them. I'm obsessed with their formula. They come up with some amazing palettes. So yeah, I think we're just going to stop babbling. We're going to get into trying out the shadows because yes, we're here now. Okay, so I've just zoomed you guys in. I've just primed my lids. I have tried the new Beauty Bay Eye Base primer thing. I did have to put a little bit of my ABH on top. That is a really good way, guys. If you don't like the ABH primer by itself, put another concealer or primer underneath and then put a little bit of this on top, because it helps to keep it a little bit more hydrated rather than it being more dry. I do like this. I had to build it up quite a bit. It wasn't like as opaque as what I thought it was going to be. It's not like full coverage. So I'm going to take obviously the palette. I'm going to take the first shade. I'm going to take this shade here. It's like a deep maroon shade. I'm going to start to pack that on the lid. Right off the bat, it's very pigmented, as you can see. Really nice. It's a little bit of kick up. Nothing crazy. Honestly, it builds up really well. As you can see, it packs on really well. There's only a tiny bit of fallout. Not even that much, to be honest. Yeah. So I'm going to take the second shade. I'm going to take this like dusty rose kind of matte shade, I would say. Quite cool toned. Really nice though. I'm going to start to blend, obviously, this first shade out. These shades don't have names, by the way, guys. Which I'm not even bothered about, to be honest. Because for the price, it's really good. It's only £12. I don't expect it to have shade names, you know. A lot of their other palettes do have shade names. But I would prefer like no shade names rather than having a sheet with names on, if that makes sense. I hate sheets that have names on it, like, ugh. They blend out really well together. There's only a little bit of kick up for both. I'm then going to take a mixture of shades. I'm going to take a mixture of this cream shade again with the same pink shade we used. That was really nice. So I'm just going to go ahead, I'm going to build up the shades off camera, basically just using the same shades in the same order, in the same place. Build them all up, blend them out, make it looking seamless, and then I'm going to go ahead and cut my crease, and then we're back to do the lid shade together. So yeah, I'll be right back. Okay, so I've literally just cut my crease off camera, obviously using my BH eye primer. As always, you know the drill. I need some more of this. I'm running out and it makes me sad. No. Okay, so now, obviously on the outer part of my cut crease I did use that maroon matte shade. Now for the lid shade, I'm going to take this foily shade here. I'm just going to use like a flat packing brush to pack this on. I don't know if it's going to work well with a brush, but here we are. It's very crumbly. Very crumbly. There's lots of flakes falling down on my face. It seems to be packing on well with a brush though. If you know me, you know that I don't really like to use my finger. Like, I'll use my finger if I have to, but I prefer using a brush. And I think a lot of people are like the same as me. However, if you do like to apply your shimmers using a finger, that's fine. Nothing wrong with that. It's just I prefer to use my brush. It's really pretty. Really, really foiled. Like, it's very intense, as you can see. Like, look at that reflect. Oh. I'm then going to take another shimmer shade. I'm going to take this one down here. It's literally like a maroon shimmer shade almost. I'm going to put this like just in between the matte and that first shimmer that we used, just to kind of like blend it more into the matte. I feel like it goes perfectly with this matte, so I'm literally just taking the same brush as well, by the way, guys. So I'm going to go ahead and do this eye off camera, put my lashes on, the rest of my face makeup on, and then we'll be back to talk about how I feel about the palette and that kind of thing. So yeah, I'll be right back. Okay guys, this is the finished look. What do you guys think? Honestly, loving it, loving it. I think the look turned out really well. The eyeshadow looks bomb. It looks bomb. It looks amazing. Just so you guys know, I did use the Rady highlighter palette to do like my inner corner and my highlights. It is so pretty. I actually love it. One of my favourite highlighters from Makeup Obsessions. If you are looking for a good highlighter palette, definitely look at this. As you can see, there's like 4 on this side. And then there's also another compartment which has another 4, if I can get it open, this side. So you get 8 in here. I think this is like either 10 or 12 pounds, but such a good palette. Okay, so what do I think about the palette? Wow. 35 shades. There's so many shades in here to play with. So many. Mine looks a little bit beat up already. Here we are. Honestly, I'm really loving it. I really like it. The shades that I used today obviously blended out really well. I used obviously this maroon shade, blended out with the dusky pink, and then a little bit of the cream shade here with the dusky pink shade. Really pretty. The only thing I can say is that I wish there was a lighter pink shade in here. You know, just a little bit lighter than this, just to help blend out a little bit more if you are of a fair complexion like myself. It's kind of difficult because you do need some like lighter shades, but I still managed to mix the cream with it, so it did kind of like work out really well. Obviously I only used 2 shimmers. I used this one here and then I used this one here. Both really pretty. The only thing I can say about this shade is it's just very crumbly. It has basically got everywhere pretty much. It got all over my face when I applied it. It was basically all over my hands for ages. It was just very glittery, quite messy almost. I don't think they needed 2. I don't think they needed 2 of this, like a similar shade. I wish they'd put in a different shade in the same kind of formula, because I just feel like these 2 look too similar to both be in there, if that makes sense. They could have just used 1 and put a different shade in there, but again, still really pretty. This shade obviously is really gorgeous as well. I used it just to kind of like blend into the matte shade, but it's still gorgeous. But realistically, this is like the main star of the show for me. The other thing that I do wish was in here was there's like another lighter highlight shade for like an inner corner. And they have this one and then they have this one, but they're both like a yellow kind of undertone. I just wish there was one that was either like white or like a pinky kind of undertone, because they already have this one. But yeah, other than that, I think the palette is gorgeous. They've got some really pretty shades in here. I'm really living for this look. So this palette I do highly recommend, especially for the price. £12 for 35 shades, and you can create an endless amount of looks. Like, there's so many shades in here that you can play with. I am obsessed and I do highly recommend it. The formula seems to be the same as their other palettes, so I'm really impressed with it. Yeah, I really like it. I definitely will be picking this up some more. I do highly recommend it. I think it'll be great for like a Christmas present, or just to treat, you know, just to treat yourself. It's only £12, you're not breaking the bank, and you can create endless amounts of looks. So yeah, I'm really impressed with this palette. If you do want me to do another look using this palette, just of course let me know down below. I'll definitely do that for you guys. And yes, I really hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please remember to give a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, as it would really help me out. As always, I will link my social media handles above and also in the description box down below, so you can go and check me out there if you want to. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!